We're up and running. All right, council. We will go ahead and get started. Call the meeting to order. It is 6:30 p.m. and we'll get started with roll call. Paula.
District 1, Alderwoman Ana Carrillo.
Here.
District 2, Alderman Richard Hughes.
Here.
District 3, Alderman David Emery.
Not here.
District 4, Alderman Michael Rodriguez.
Here.
And District 5, Alderman Matthew Martinez.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you can please stand, we'll go ahead and take care of our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. And we'll go ahead and jump into item number 4, and this is citizens to be heard. This is the opportunity for citizens, visitors, and guests to address the city council on any issue or any item of the agenda in compliance with LGC section 551.007. City council may not discuss any presented issue, nor may any action be taken on any issue at this time. Citizens to be heard are limited to 3 minutes each. Attorney General Opinion, JC-0169. Zach, do we have anybody? Okay, nobody signed up. Going once. I'll still ask. Going twice. Okay, Paula, if you can go ahead and put on there, no comments for item number 4. And we will go ahead and move on to item number 5, consent agenda, and look at A, consider approval of the minutes, October the 14th, 2025, a special meeting.
Mayor, I'd like to start by making a motion to approve special meeting minutes as presented for October the 14th, 2025.
Okay, got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second? Okay, discussion? Nothing at all? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, all yeas. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and move on to B. Consider approval of the payment of the bills. No bills. We have no bills. Yvonne, you're so good. No bills. My goodness, no bills. All right. Well, let's go ahead and put no bills on there. I appreciate that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to number 6, open session. Take action on items discussed. A, consideration and possible action concerning requests from Rosa Ortega regarding a utility bill adjustment for the property located at 19411 Somerset Street, Lytle, Texas 78052. Zach?
All right, Mayor and Council, obviously as the caption indicates, we've had another request for a utility bill adjustment there off of Somerset Street. Ms. Ortega had emailed, and the email was provided to you. It ended up going to my junk email, so I didn't see it for some time, and then we got in contact with them, and they called, and they kind of were checking on it. So worked it out, and so now it's before y'all. But obviously you see there the amount they owed for water in the billing cycle indicated, which was the July billing, was up to $514.76. Whereas in the prior 12 months, their average bill was the $21.16. So obviously, as we've done on a few of these, they're looking to have this potentially looked at as an adjustment to the bill. So just as a reminder, under the code, to allow up to 1/2 of the actual usage plus the normal expected usage, which would take that total to $278.54 if you were to maximum.
Is that the 278.54 includes the normal 2116 bill?
That is.
Okay. Well, I'd make a motion that we adjust her bill and allow her to pay only 278.54 for the bill in question.
Okay, got a motion. Got a second? Okay, discussion.
We went through and looked at the other past bills and it's
Yeah,
above average.
it's way above there. So I mean,
Was there a lead explanation for it?
there was definitely a leak that happened. So the current property occurred at her mother's property that she moved her mother out after her father passed, and then unfortunately her husband passed. So the two of them were living together just on a different site, and they didn't realize the leak happened. They had a family friend come over, fix it, once they realized it happened.
Was it indoors, outdoors?
It was inside.
It was inside. Okay. Okay. Anything else? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, yes. Okay, so let me write a note down here. 278.94. All right. Thank you, council. Let's go ahead and move on to item B. Consider impossible action concerning resolution 25-45, a resolution of City Council of the City of Lytle, Texas, excuse me, approving the terms and conditions of an agreement by and between the City of Lytle, Texas and Wet Rock Groundwater Services, LLC, regarding evaluation of site for well number 5 location, providing an incorporation of preamble, authorizing the city administrator to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate such an agreement, and providing an effective date. Zach.
All right, so Mayor and Council, we've been working with Cobb Finley and Associates, one of our engineers, to evaluate and essentially work on the design of well number 5. So this would be a brand new water well. The idea was always, in speaking with Mayor and obviously with Council, the idea was always to place that well out at the well number 4 site. So enough property was bought to be able to put it there. But with our growth and just wanting to make sure that that does make the most sense as a part of the process of the design, Cobb Finley is suggesting that we engage with Wet Rock to kind of evaluate and make sure that that does truly still make sense. And so this is their proposal in front of you. This is being taken, the funds to pay for this is being taken out of existing impact fees, as well number 5 was listed in the current impact fee study. And so it's an eligible expense under that to cover those costs.
And council, just a reminder, when we were looking at the budget, we actually prioritized and said these are our top 3 things that we want them to work on. Zach, was this number 1 or number 2?
Well number 5 was
Number 1. So this was one of the top 3 priorities that we asked the staff to look at and be able to take care of for this year.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion approving resolution 25-45, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lytle, Texas, approving the terms and conditions of an agreement by and between the City of Lytle, Texas and Wet Rock Groundwater Services, LLC, regarding a evaluation of the site for well number 5 location, providing for incorporation of preamble, authorizing the city administrator to execute any and all documents necessary to effectuate such agreement, and provide an effective date today of October the 27th, 2025.
Okay, got a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? Got a second? Okay. Any further discussion?
Why in the same location? From what I read, the idea was to be able to utilize both wells and release some of the pressure from having it running continuously, right? You can switch back and forth.
Yeah.
But what other advantages there of putting it next to well 4?
So because I'm the viejito of the council, when we bought that's old guy. So when we bought that property, we actually bought it with the intention of having 2 wells.
Okay.
So it's large enough. So, but you still have to do the analysis. So we don't need to go buy purchases. It should be able to fit. We just need to make sure that it's.
My hope is that it comes back and they say, yep, great location, good to go. We want to go down this route in case for some reason they find something that's not a good location, then we need to start thinking, okay, where do we go?
It'll
So they don't want to get too far down a design path without doing this, and they would need to engage them as hydrologists.
Okay.
But that was the purpose. It was bought. It's pretty long to give us the flexibility of having 2. That saves us a lot of money, being able to connect both in one
Properties.
place. Yeah, and use the same power source too. It's
Yeah.
designed already where it's separated, and from there we can run it out and be able to control it that way with one generator.
There it is.
We just gotta get the study. Good question. Anything else? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Who second?
It was. Okay, all yeas. Thank you, council. Let's go ahead and move on to C, consideration and possible action concerning resolution number 25-46, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lytle, Texas, amending participation in the Texas pool, investment pools, and designating authorized representatives. Zach?
Yeah, so Mayor and Council with Lynette Hester no longer with us, we're just amending our participation agreement and highlighting Yvonne Griffin as the new finance director, so that way she can handle things that, all the various activities that go with our textbook learning. So it's really just this resolution that they require to be done. There's a change.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 25-46, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Lytle, Texas, amending participation in the Texas pool, investment pools, and designated authorized representative. Do I need to pronounce it? Okay.
Okay, got a motion? Do I have a second? Got a second? Thank you, Anna. Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All yeas. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to D, consideration and possible action concerning ordinance 2520, an ordinance of the City Council, City of Lytle, Texas, amending Chapter 4, alcoholic beverages of the Code of Ordinance to delete Article 3, beer, providing for the incorporation of preamble, providing a penalty of an amount not to exceed $2,000 for each day of the violation or any provision hereof, and providing a repealer clause, a severity clause, and an effective date. Zach?
All right, Mayor and Council, as we talked about last week, last council meeting, we wanted to go ahead and remove the extended hours ability out of our alcoholic beverage chapter. And so that is exactly what this particular ordinance is doing. So we just struck that particular section of the existing code as it is shown here. I did speak with the attorney last week, I think it was. He didn't necessarily have any changes with the actual language of the ordinance, other than I think to talk about maybe extending that that date.
Just to be done, you do something in this where they have already build some other business on it. So you can take away regulations. More on that. So I threw out here like January 1, which will be approximately 60 days to adjust to that. But it's up to you. That was my recommendation.
I'll make a motion then that we approve the ordinance 25-20 as presented with an effective date of 1 January 2026.
Got a motion? Got a second? Okay, I'm putting down the notes. So effective 1 January. Okay. 1 January 2026. 2026, right around the corner. I know, right around the corner. Ooh, my goodness. Right around there. Okay. Any further discussion on that?
So what we're approving is what was submitted in our packet. You had made mention of possible other languages, but you just mentioned that there's nothing additional required.
Speaking with the attorney, nothing else was
Okay.
suggested as far as the change.
So
we'll just be changing section 7, which outlines the effective date.
Right.
So everything will be.
So we're approving as is submitted.
Everything will be the same as the state, right?
Yes.
Basically, we're all aligned with the state all the way across by doing this. Okay? Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All yeas. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate that, council. Let's go ahead and move on to E, briefing and discussion concerning quarterly investment report for period ending September the 30th, 2025. Vaughn?
There's still quite a few CDs out there.
Yeah, I'm up there. Okay.
No, I haven't now, so sorry. Okay, so there's basically 6 CDs that are still open,
Okay.
and as you know, are seeing them as they become their due date, so we can transfer that money to Texaco, which has a much higher interest. There were 3 closed during this quarter, and there's the dates that they were closed. On Texaco, started the third quarter with 2.3 million plus, and there was a deposit where one of the CDs was closed. There was a withdrawal for a payment that was made for a capital project, and then as you can see, the interest rate. So the interest rate's doing very well. There was another deposit of the $2 million, and that's on that bond money that's not being spent as quick as we thought. So we have transferred up that to Texaco. So you
Make
can
money.
see what that did. That was additional $2,000 in interest and half a month. That's all I have.
When we've done,
Muy, muy bueno.
by far.
I'm sorry.
Muy bueno.
Oh.
Very good. This is real good. Right, Pete? Pete is happy. He can get some more Snap-on tools.
There you go.
he's gonna give you the list tomorrow morning. I know.
Lifetime warranty, you get the best, right?
I know. He's going all out now. Okay.
In this quarter, you have earned almost $30,000 in interest.
So this has been good. Good move, Yvonne, Zach. Thank you. We appreciate all that. That is good.
If not more.
Yeah, we're doing really good. We're doing really good. Okay, so with this in mind, this is just a discussion. Austin, we don't need to take any. Do we need to approve the quarterly investment report? Okay. So we don't need to do anything on that. Okay, last minute, any questions, Yvonne? Keep doing the great job. Oh, yeah. Finance directors. Okay, for those that are listening in, we're moving to item number 7, department reports, A, finance director's report. Here we go.
I did increase it, you can't tell, but I did increase it. These are gonna be the figures as of the end of September. These are not true figures yet, because you're still gonna have expenses and revenues coming across that are, September. We got some bills the other day that were back from April, that we're just now paying. You have sales tax, we still have another, month before sales tax is closed out.
That's good. I think the only one, and I know I mentioned it to Zach, the only one that we probably just need to get clarification from TABC or whoever the agency is. We've talked about the beer and wine and sales and all that. We need to get our arms around that. Yeah.
I can find out.
Yeah, we're going to need to peel the onion and see how often is it getting reported, what the amount is and everything. I think it should be higher. So the question is it being reported and when is it being reported? You with me? It'd be good. If we're going to go down this road, we need to make sure that we capture it's owed back to the citizens. So we need to make sure that we get that.
Same thing with municipal court. No, municipal court should be good now because it closes on September 30th.
Other accounts.
Same thing.
And just for clarification, anything in the parentheses, that doesn't mean that it's under, it's what is available. Is that correct?
In these instances, that would be under.
So,
That's under.
so the budget says that we got, in the first one, we got 11.5. And it says fiscal activity, it says we've spent 4,498. So that's about 5,000. So that means to me, it would be, that's money that is left over. See what I'm saying? I just want to make sure, and we can always put it in the presentation. I just want to make sure that,
I'm trying to see if that's revenue or expense.
I think that's
There you can see here. If that's expenses, that is correct. That's good,
right?
right?
Yeah.
Because we only spent
Yes.
$4,000.
So that one, we just need to make sure, in the sense of just, because sometimes you use a parentheses, it means we're under, but on this one it's, but sometimes it's the opposite. So I don't want to create too much work, but just make it easy, just so it shows that, hey, they're still doing good, where we're at right now.
Here's the
Maybe expenses or something, yeah.
utility fund. Oh, going back. These are overall totals. So this is your revenue, the difference between your revenue and expenses.
Okay, so this is revenue.
The difference between the two. I'll clarify it on the next one.
Yeah, it might be good because I'm looking at another category.
Okay. Utility fund, those probably are caught up now
Mm-hmm.
because it's done by the half month. So the water bills are read on the middle of the month, so it's different on accounting wise. Same thing with wastewater. The updates are the same. We have finished that. The infrastructure account will be closed when the projects are complete, which of course we just transferred $2 million.
You're looking at other credit
Here's where
cards?
I have the CDs that are listed of when they're due.
Okay. You're looking at other credit card accounts or other credit card options?
Yes.
Is that the machines or
No, the actual credit card.
the ones that are
The ones like our-
that you guys use?
yeah. The
The
problem
ones that are
is,
debit.
the problem is currently they're not really a credit card, debit card that we use, which is a big problem. I know that the auditors in the past have noted it before, but it's something that came up recently when we had some fraudulent charges on the card by an outside source, right? It was somebody in the account. And in working with the bank, they said, you signed this agreement and you incur all costs regardless of whether they're fraudulent or not. So we lost, it wasn't a lot, it was like $400 or $500, but it's still money that we lost, which is a big problem. So actually trying to figure out an actual credit card so we can get away from the actual debit cards. So the bank has not given us the options that we need to be looking outside of that.
Okay.
I'm actually looking at the program through the state. The state has a program, and with going with them, their fraud service is very well. I mean, they'll literally text us before they put something through if it looks kind of funny. So, and then they also give us money back for how much money we spend. So
Okay.
I'm waiting on Tyler.
Roger that. Okay.
We did not do the third party billing this month with all the changes and then just trying to get everything worked out. It was just too short of amount of time, so we're hoping by next The check for the deposit for the postage has been complete. So they're just waiting on us. We had the training on that. We completed it. We did a test email on a receipt and it didn't work. So we are waiting for them to call us back. But that should be up any day.
Which one are you looking at?
The emailing of the water bills. if
Oh,
they
okay.
Choose to do that. All of these options, there is a utility update. It's like a page and a half that's going in all the utility bills. That's gonna talk about all the changes. There's even a sample of what the envelope is gonna look like from the new processor, which is San Antonio. And
Oh, good. No.
it's the same envelopes that we use, so it's not gonna look any different.
So on the email of the utility bills, have you asked the, for lack of a better term, the stuffing company to handle the emailing?
No, we can do that in-house.
It needs to include any notices, any handouts, any advertisements, whatever. It needs to have the complete package. That's why I was wondering if you could get that company to look into it. You might just send them the name of the recipients instead of them doing the PDF mail out. They can just turn around and do the email.
Everything that each customer gets on the water bill, we'll get it on the email also.
Right, but what I'm getting at is then Viola or somebody, unless the system is automated to where you just type in the names and then it'll create the individual packets and email them out. It's gonna take somebody's time to go and create the email, make the attachments, and then send them to each individual.
No, I think it's building the system.
Okay.
It is.
As long as it includes the notices and handouts. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's, anything else on utilities?
I like what, on second to the last, revamping new customer welcome packet and application. Thank you for doing that. That is very,
Application's been done, we're working on the packet.
that is a very key thing. And make sure, quick reference, phone numbers or emails or something. So it's very easy for them to be able to reach us if they have a question about something. That is a very good thing to do.
So the last item that you have there about the bank drafts,
Yes,
we have currently the service where you can go in and do your credit card, right?
you can do it yourself, yes.
However, we don't have, now is that page that we log into for the municipal buildings or the utility buildings, is that our page or does that belong to the credit card company that's taking the payments?
I think that's through Tyler.
So we, unfortunately, by doing this utility billing by bank draft, you're gonna have to have some kind of page that's gonna allow the customer to go in and make that decision of whether to make that payment.
You'll have to sign up for it.
No, we can't do that. Well, I know we can. I suggest not doing that because if somebody gets this $400 bill, that bank draft's gonna hit and that customer's not gonna be happy, okay? However, if they get the paper or they can log into their account and see what their current account billing is and they say, oh, 400, I'm not gonna do a bank draft this time. You're talking about doing automated bank drafts. I wouldn't recommend anybody using that for utility bills. I don't do it. I guess that option is available, but I would never recommend a customer to do that.
The big difference between the city doing the auto draft
Right,
is there's no fees to the customer.
exactly. And that's the best part of it.
Right now, you're paying a credit card fee.
I
Right.
think it's up to the customer if they're willing to say, hey, you know what, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I mean, I do it with my CPS bill. It just comes out automatic. I don't even look at it.
Yeah, no, I log in every day, every time to my CPS and then I choose to do the check.
I think it's just an education.
You do, yeah, I choose it on there because it's free. I don't even know. I guess since you're saying auto draft is an option
Yes.
where automatically pays. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't think it's a good idea, but once again, you're saying that that the customer is gonna go blindly and accept auto payment without being able to go to a page to see what their current bill is.
No, they would get an email, right? They would get an email, a
Well,
PDF email, what their bill
They'll
would
probably
be.
get a receipt. I don't know how Tyler works yet, because we haven't
Yeah.
gotten to that point
So-
yet. But.
But these are things to look at and
So-
keep
Yeah,
in
'cause I
mind.
would think they would get an email and then the draft would be a couple of days later. I don't think it would be,
Your email will tell you what you owe.
Yeah. and then the draft would come out.
Yeah.
So
Up to the
companies-
customer,
companies
obviously.
that are linked to Tyler do two things. They either send an email out or they send a text. So a lot of the companies are moving to that. So maybe we just need to ask, because normally they will send out some way to tell the customer, hey, we're going to pull, here's your bill, we're going to pull this in the next day or two.
I want to say
That gives you a chance to go ahead
my
and try to
CPS bill
stop it.
comes out on the 7th,
So
and then I get drafted out on the 15th. something
Yeah.
like that.
when you
Yeah.
guys, there'll be a discussion, but be prepared. They do offer the text version also. So you can get it as a text versus an email too.
Yeah, like I said, we had a prime example in the previous item where the customer got billed this outrageous number, right? And that would have, I know that would have hurt me, definitely hurt me. So, yes, please take a look at all those options
I
and
will take a look
features.
at all of that, but I do know from experience, there's a lot of people that do not want to have to deal with this.
Oh, no, I agree. I agree.
All of my bills.
It only takes one late fee.
All of my bills.
It only takes one late fee to destroy things, right? Yeah.
But
No, I
and
agree.
I agree with Mr. Rodriguez, because you do all auto pay. I do no auto pay. I want to know what I'm.
Everybody's
being billed
different.
to,
Yeah.
and
So
then I
please-
send it in, but I don't, nothing that I have is on auto pay.
Well, as
Yeah,
long
so
as
please
we-
look into that.
As long as we have the options, everybody can
Yeah.
pick.
Exactly.
Well, and that's the thing, you have to sign up for this program. But some softwares also have that ability that if the bill is over a certain amount, like, I'm just gonna throw a figure out there, like if it's 10% more than an average bill, it will flag it.
Well, if that option is available, please put that in our
Oh,
system.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Purchasing credit card policy, cash handling policy.
Of course, we haven't gotten to any of that. We have put the new rates on the website. Everything that's gonna be in that little utility update is all on the website under utility.
Okay.
That's it.
Any questions, council? Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Paula, here we go. I like that photo. That's a cool photo. I like that photo.
Well, we have selected what I want to compare to the taxes. For the alarm. Instead of going up to the office, changes when they change the food. We didn't hear anything for the month of December for Grand White. So we did $80 for the beverage tax. This was at $10. For my department meeting, for training, what I did September, nothing changed, our regular council meetings and our luncheon with the mayor. Records request, I only have one for the month of December, I usually have 17. And this will be agenda for post 2 and have one for hearing 2 minutes completed and order for 4 and 1.
All right. Council?
We're gonna go back to.
There you go. Council, anything? Anything at all? All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Alright. Few updates on mine. We did receive the 100% plans. Obviously, this is the September report, but I have that information, so I stuck it in here. But 100% plans were received on the sewer plant expansion, so they're nice and rolled up in the back and waiting until we find the money. So And then 60% complete on the 12-inch water main loop, which is the project obviously here in front of City Hall and down McDonald and Railroad Street. Right now, as you can see, they're really just focused on getting the bores done. So that's what our big nice hole out here is. We asked the mayor, he says it's our new underground stop.
Subway
Subway
stop.
It's a big hole.
It's a one stop. You get in, you get out.
But yeah, so they're looking to finish that up hopefully here next week and a half, then move down. We did get all the easements acquired. That was not updated on this, but we did get all the easements we were looking to get along that project, which is great news.
So Zach, from one side of the street to the other, when they're going across McDonald Street, that's going to be bored.
Yeah, so they're going to have to bore 2 more locations. One will be basically at the Mr. Pizza area, or the old Mr. Pizza, across to
Going-
the Chaparral forward.
Going across.
Yep, and then they will have to bore up at the 35 area, going underneath 35.
That's Subway right there.
Yeah, that's yeah. So,
They can put a sidewalk. They're already there.
well, they will be from the sidewalk. Well,
You get it. You go through the.
So,
When it-
and I'll get to it later, but of course, they're also the project lead on the sidewalk project. And I think they're trying to get a lot of this done before they start that. So, and I think TxDOT is working with them, which is good.
Yeah.
No update on Saddle Ridge. As far as Rosewood.
Zach, I had one thing.
Yeah.
Elevated. Can you go back to the elevated
Yeah.
water? Where
Yes.
where we
Yeah,
at
so
with that?
tank construction should begin 11/5, so we'll see them probably next week, starting to go vertical.
And start going up.
Yeah. So I mean, they'll have to mobilize out there, and so you won't see obviously right away, but that's what they're
About
slowly
6 months to build it, or what they saying?
Yeah, I think we're looking at probably 6 to 8, somewhere in that range.
So maybe-
a lot of it is done off site, but they do need the poles and that kind of stuff that they'll go with.
So probably by next summer.
Hopefully, yeah.
Cool.
So that November date is ahead of schedule, so I'm hoping that they stay.
Oh, good.
So,
Okay, that'll be good.
and then well, while we're back here, so TACNEC has signed their part of the contract for the booster station, so that will be on for council at the next meeting to approve that contract with them. So we were wondering, I guess, so we did meet with them. Looks like we have a plan on the electrical.
All that is.
They talked to the manufacturer, so yeah. So I think we're good.
They can modify it, or
There's modifications that the manufacturer has built in to be able in situations like that. So, yeah. So we feel pretty comfortable. 83 in their group feel pretty comfortable with it. So, yeah.
okay, that'll be good.
Again, no update on Saddle Ridge. Rosewood 73 completed. Under phase 1, 20 still under construction. No updates on phase 2, and then Lotto Farms. No update at all. So I don't know where we're at. With Lotto Farms. Permit data for September. You see there the applications received for the month, and then the permits issued. Yeah, nothing really that stands out. CMOs pretty standard things there. Same with inspections, pretty even across the board as far as CMOs. 7 new homes were given COs, and 1 solar panel for certificate of compliance. As far as court, I was hoping to have the associate judge contract for this meeting, but we did meet with Judge Carrasco, and we have a path forward, so I'm just finalizing that, and making sure we're all on the same page. So I'm hoping that the next meeting we should be able to have that all day. The standard orders are complete as of today. That was one of those different projects that they had. You'll see the numbers as far as the end of the fiscal year in September, and then the total transactions for the month was 206, and 7 collections. So, that rounds out the fiscal year, so you can see the activity there that they record handled. all 2023 budget. So, very significant amount.
Mhm.
Contracts, the city yard maintenance is really the only update there. It's just working, reviewing that contract, looking at termination and figuring out how we can do that before the end of the next cycle. As you recall, in the budget, we approved the new purchase of an additional riding lawnmower, both public works and parks. And the idea in talking with obviously council was looking at ways to kind of maybe separate and have the parks guy handling a lot of that in-house. And I will tell you, I've been having some issues with Ontario and the existing contract we have and making sure things are getting taken care of. So it's probably the right time to do this. So just looking at how we can put that contract before we get to that point. So that's the only update on my end. On the left, on the right, the master drainage plan, phase 1 is complete. Kim Horn will be here at the next meeting to present the findings from that phase 1. And then we'll also have the phase 2 task order at that same meeting. Well 2, the emergency interconnect, obviously the location, as we talked about, well 2, we got all the samples back, both from our system as well as the East Latina side. Everything looks good, and so that'll all be packaged up, obviously, along with the design that gets sent to TCEQ for that interview. We're continuing to move forward on that. The capital improvement plan, obviously, you all approved the second phase task order on that. So they're Top Finley is working on that. As I mentioned, the Texas sidewalk project, no update other than, ACE is just trying to get this water line finished for us. Just wanted to, a couple of items we've been working on internally. So really trying to go into the website and make changes kind of throughout and just really clean up a lot of the misinformation and things on there that in a while. So just an ongoing project, but something that needs to get done, obviously. And then we also got a shared drive completed, at least for now, where myself, Paula, and Vaughn are all on to be able to have a lot of our documents on there, so that way, as we're doing things and messing with stuff, we're not creating 15 different copies of things. And so that's been a big help on that. And then finally, just wanted to offer an update on the Shops of Vital. So I was contacted, I guess it was about a week ago now, that the chamber has taken the decision to close the Shops of Vital. They did not obviously come to that decision lightly, but with changes in the owner going up on rent again, and just general things like some of the vendors were complaining that they've lost a lot of product because they can't climate control it the way they need it, and various things like that. Their vendor count in general of who all is in the facility was significantly down from where we had it before, or where they had it before. So they just feel like it's not sustainable at this point. And so they've asked everybody to, I think, be out. At least the last what I've heard is by Thanksgiving to have everybody out. And then obviously they will see change to go on and do that. Obviously, this means two things. We lose our UPS stop, pickup lane, which is kind of bad for the residents. And two, obviously that changes things with the existing contract that we have with them or to the visitor. So I kind of shelved that for now, not working on it, but just wanted to give you all an update on where we are with that.
And I've heard out there about them looking at another location too. Nothing permanent. It might be a smaller scale, but they are looking for those vendors that still want to operate in Lytle, because they do good. They've been saying they're looking at other places too as an opportunity to try to do that.
Yeah, and then,
Zach, on the web changes, I don't think we've talked about it. I think this is way back when we were talking about, but one of the things is if you can, try to look at some of the general questions that you all get, whether they're phone calls or stopping by, or maybe do like a quick reference where, what if, and there's an answer on there. So that way it would be a quick way to look it up on the website and, hey, I would like to do this, and it's instructions of what they need to do. And it helps out from people having to call you because they can easily have access to that and have an idea. So, and you all know what are the majority of the phone calls and the things that are happening. How often does bulk get picked up? How often, even though you can go click, 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 but sometimes it's better. Yeah. And honestly, from feedback is that's one of the things that a newcomer would be good for them to take the time and go through that, because they can quickly get familiarized with some of the common questions that are already in the community. And I think it would be a good thing to do that. So involvement with the ladies, up front, and the ones, everybody gets phone calls, but would be able to include, I think it would be good.
Yeah, and a lot of those answers, you can just do a hyperlink to the page.
Oh, yeah.
So the question on the shared drive,
Yeah.
are you going to be trying to utilize some of Microsoft's share capabilities, or are we getting another software? Or
Well, so right now it's just through the available space and the server.
right, but then you can take advantage of Microsoft's shared documents.
Yeah. So,
And, check out and so forth.
Yeah, it's definitely just a start, right? So the capability we already have.
And are the where we have our ordinances, they don't have that capability, where you can post a document internally and be able to share or update that document.
So I do know Civic Plus, which is also, they bought Unicode, where, our codes live obviously online
Right.
and stuff. They do offer a lot of stuff, but the problem is anytime you go in there and add, another module.
Yeah, and you have to go through administrative.
So it's a, we have the means right now to do a lot of the stuff. It's just a matter of doing it, right?
But you need a location for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have one more question. On the street cutting, do we have a minimum width? Do we have regulations on subgrade, compacting, the type of material to put back?
I was looking at this today, probably unrelated to what you're asking for, but just in looking at stuff, and it's very vague on what we have in our ordinances.
Okay.
But I don't want to outright say that we don't have anything, because again, it was a very initial kind of look at some things that were another issue, and so I can't answer you fully.
However, if you cut up TxDOT Street, they do have regulations.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So maybe I know you're real busy, but maybe we can look into something similar.
And I've talked with, I know I had talked previously, around the time I got here with TRC, about doing an actual infrastructure design manual.
Right.
And where all that kind of stuff normally lives, right? And a one-stop shop for anybody coming in, they have that. Obviously, other priorities too, and that's just kind of one of those things that have been out there.
Yeah, I think with all the businesses we're getting and all the new homes we're getting, I think it's a good idea for the city to start regulating that. Because I've seen patches and then another patch of almost like you're playing dominoes, so.
Yeah, I mean, and I have some examples in other cities that I've used and stuff, so I mean, we
Okay.
have some reference point, but I can work with either internally with.
Yeah, let us know what you recommend. And like you said, if you go to a third party to get this done. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Anything else?
Zach, did you say that they're done with the gas lines already on Main Street?
No, I am not aware that they're done yet.
Okay.
They extended for another week.
Yeah.
Is that weather that we just had? Another wreck over there.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately, that is what happens, when you have that, but no, they're not.
It just sank in again. So now I have it looked at.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we
Well, I can get with the contact we have with them and just see kind of an update, and obviously, I'll
Yeah.
provide that feedback as well, that, hey, you know, they're seeing some of that. Some of the residents.
Now, Zach, I know we talked about fiber lines, but AG3 can help us out
Yes,
with, right?
It's
So,
really anything.
Anything, so anybody who comes in and does any utility work, we can ask them to come out and look at it, right? So we can also have our engineers come look and get an opinion and then pass it back to.
We actually had CPS come in to do a power pole for free and some stuff. And I think it was over on the Wisdom or something like that. And I had
So we might see if we can get them to.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Right? Anything else?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Good. Woo-hoo. We're doing really good. All right. We are in item number 8, informational items. We'll start right over here.
Yeah, Mayor, just a reminder that the national annual citizenship award is coming to a close for the nomination period. The last day will be Friday, October the 31st. A reminder, it's the youth 18 or under, adult 19 or over, an honorable mention, then that could be like a non-citizen, a group category.
You haven't
And
got
then,
anybody for honorable mention?
yeah, we've had in the past.
No, but for this round, you haven't got any
I'd
nominations?
rather not say, but
Okay.
it would be good to get multiple nominations, but
Okay.
no, we haven't. And then the last item would be the individual for lifetime achievement award. So a reminder that anyone that had submitted in the previous years, that nomination is only good for the year that the nomination was submitted. So please, we've had a lot of nominations in the past. Please resubmit. We had good nominations in the past. But these categories, we only choose one. So please submit again if you submitted in previous years and that person didn't get
Recognition.
Yes, thank you. So it should be at Friday, October 31st.
Trick or treat. There you
Yes,
go.
sir. Thank
Send
you.
them in.
I'd like to say that our annual holiday dinner will be the month of November. It will not be in December. After talking to the chief, we came with a date of November 22nd. So I will be sending out the information to all of you.
Cool. Yep. Just send an invite. Pete, thank you for taking care of the red. I noticed it was moved. Took care of that stuff. We're up to speed, right? Everything with that. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the work on the other stuff too that you guys been knocking it out. Back. Anything? Library? Anything? Okay. Send me the flyer so we can send it out. Richie, you can help us out with that? Okay. We can send it out. Roger that. Every little bit helps. Every little.
Contest called?
Party. It's a party. There you go. I like it. Anybody guess? Any announcements? Anything happening in our community? No? All right. Richie? Mm-hmm.
Preparing for the hayride. And I'm gonna be out before on Halloween that evening.
Yeah. And Richie did a real good summary sending out today. Please pass the word around. We're not closing down Prairie Street. So please make sure people know that. And it's just because of the construction, everything that is happening there, limited parking. We have a football game that night too. So, well, there's some at the church, right? But you would have to walk all the way and then walk all the way back, right? So, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit different for this one. So in that area. So please make sure that we take care of that. Anything else, Richie? I'm good. Okay. Thank you. Austin? Nothing.
We had a great barbecue cook-off last weekend. Happy cookers. A lot of people got to sample all the meat. It came out pretty good, so we're waiting for next year to get bigger and bigger.
It'll be good. Somebody put in the post that were asking who won first place. Because I think the picture was the second place team, right? On your post?
No, they're all there.
Oh, they were all there? Okay.
Yeah,
They were
two
asking.
guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're out of Pleasanton.
They're out of Pleasanton? Okay. Good.
Theirs is pretty good.
Yeah. That'll be good. We'll let them.
Different winners. Winner for the brisket. Different winner for the ribs. And a different winner for the borracho beans.
Man. Frijoles borrachos. No, well, that's good. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. That's good.
Yeah, just a band update. This Saturday, the marching band will be going to Beeville for the area competition. This is the last competition, and it will determine whether we go to state again this year or not. So we're excited about that. We perform later in the afternoon, like 4:30, I think. If we make it through the first cut, then we perform twice that day. And then around 10 o'clock at night, they'll announce those schools, and they're staying home. So that took the overall number that will be competing in Beeville lower than it was last year. And so they work a formula based on the actual number of teams participating, and that's how they determine how many go on to state. So this year is 5.
Your daughter did an awesome solo.
Thank you. We've been struggling to get the sound system working well for her solo at the beginning. But yeah, for those of you who have been seen the marching band and their performance, that's my daughter who does the opening solo, saxophone solo. And they had a little flair with a fire blanket thing that she takes out there. So it's pretty cool.
It's really cool. So stay tuned with that. I think it's going to be great to be able to do that. Okay, things that are going on and things to pass on. First of all, just a reminder, I know Richie put it out in a sense of the fire danger out there. We start putting stuff out the next few days. Tomorrow in the afternoon into the evening, it's going to get very windy out there. So please pass the word around. If you got any elderly folks, please talk to them. Sometimes you need to move the plants, move a few things and stuff, but it's going to get pretty windy here, and we do have a fire danger just because even though with the rain that we got, it's still pretty dry out there. So please pass it around and check on folks too. Want to say thanks to David and to Zach for attending the dedication of the star for Captain Lytle. So we had an opportunity. There's a pretty big thing going up there and recognizing our city. Got lots and lots of attention, but I think probably the coolest thing about that is that we literally got to meet the family, the descendants of Captain Lytle. Some of them actually are in different states, and they told us the background where the family moved to North Carolina, and now they're back into the plains and into New Mexico area. So it's pretty cool. They're back in the area and stuff, and we do plan to bring them to Lytle in the future, but we're there. And if you do not know, and we did not know until we got a little bit more, but Captain Lytle is actually Antonio, and he's accredited to be able to start the stockyards in Fort Worth. He's part of the group that put them together. So it's pretty cool. If you go on Facebook, one of the pictures that our judge actually took, and I grabbed it because it was a perfect photo. You can see on there, I mean, it's literally in front of the exchange, the Stockyard Exchange building. It's beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a better place. And it's prime time. I mean, it's like having your star in front of the Chinese theater, right, in Hollywood. Yeah. Well, we have it in front of the best building, and it's right there. And it's just, I mean, it was magical and stuff. So
the people that you met, or family that you met, were they the children or the grandchildren?
Great.
great granddaughter the other sister, and then you had the great 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 grandson, right? And then the brother that had the granddaughter. So yeah, so you either had two greats or three greats, depending on who. But yeah, it was pretty neat. It was pretty neat. And
His daughter or son were married there.
Atascosa had a ranch in Medina, had a ranch in Maverick County, had a ranch in Frio County, had a ranch in Mexico. And he would work with everybody heard of Shriner University? Well, it's all tied into that family that used to herd cattle. So all this region would come together and put a trail, and then we would move up towards Kansas, Colorado, Missouri area. But it all started around this area. So the cool thing is that with the judge, he's very interested. And by the way, when he retired north of us. It's in Medina County. Unfortunately, caught the flu in 1905, and he passed away. And that's when the family moved away. But it's still pretty cool because there's so many things that were done in this area that there's a lot of significance. And I think right now the trail that they put markers actually stops in Bandera County, and we're going to look to try to bring it down this way to add the historical value that goes along with that. So it's going to be pretty neat. I mean, it'll open up a lot of possibilities for our area and be able to tie all that in. But no, great. Thank you so much for you all. Zach, special thanks for coordinating, herding the cats together, getting us all in the right place and everything. And we even had, out of the blue, we had a couple out of Lacoste that we knew, and they crashed the party. So we brought them along and said, you got to be part of this. And that's where we found out that Captain Lytle's wife, family, Noonan, yeah, actually still have property around Castroville, Lacoste area. So we still have some descendants out of the spouse's side that are here. So lots more to come, a lot more, but this is awesome. I think it's a great thing for us. There's going to be more stuff that is going to come out of this for our community. So thank you for that. Paola, thank you so much for helping out with this year's outreach. I think next year we're going to try to do 4 or 3. Okay. Yeah, we're going to try to concentrate, try to get the information out early so we can concentrate more in the summer, right? And try to wrap it up with the haircut event. So more to come. That has been successful. We're going to try to go ahead and keep that. That doesn't mean that the senior events are still going to happen. Those will still happen separately. This is with the outreach stuff that is going on. I want to give kudos to Judge Cood and his staff. Some of us actually attended the actual Great Atascosa State of the County up in Jordanton. That worked out really good. If you didn't see the video on Facebook, they actually had a video, and they recognized somebody that is sitting next to me right here as a veteran. And they did a great job of highlighting and what happens and what he has done. I mean, it was just a great way to highlight veterans inside of Atascosa County. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
You did a great job. That was really good to be able to do that. Also, along the same time, a day later, Atascosa County is now getting a medical examiner's building in there. They're still working the logistics with the managerial and the staffing and all that, but we're getting one. So no longer having to go maybe 3 or 4 counties down to be able to get those services. We're going to have something close by, and it is going to be a regional. So that it's not only Atascosa. We're getting partnerships with other counties for us to be able to maintain and supply that. That'll help out not only the law enforcement side, but also bring closure to the families too, because it'll be a quicker. That just tells you how far away. And this is going to be located in Pleasanton. As we started dealing with, I want to commend the city staff today. They've been extremely busy, but want to make sure folks know we did have a little bit of a hiccup with the water bills on there. So if you get any phone calls with that, especially the online ones, not the hard copy ones. The hard copy, we're good. Yeah, so anything with the hard copy ones, if you get any of your residents in your districts, please ask them to contact the city. We can go ahead and coordinate figure out, let them know what it is. There was a hiccup with the computer software on that, especially with the online ones. And I think we're going to be okay. But the other portion that goes along with this, I do want to make sure everybody understands, because there was a few that were going online and they're saying, this is the first I heard of it. I never heard any of this, da 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 da. So please remind them that we did put it out there. Divine News helped us out. We put it out in the newspaper. We put it out in media. We advertised the public hearings. We did everything. Of course, we always will have folks that didn't get it. So explain to them that there was opportunities to be able to do that. That doesn't take away the chance to be able to come and talk to the city. If we have a financial issue or something, we'll address it, just like we did today, right? We get that. But we did as a council, we did go ahead and pass. As a city, we did pass some rates that go along whenever we do have the stages of the water restrictions and everything. And the reason that we do that is because we lose water rights when they use the stages, and that means that we might have to obtain. If folks actually stay within their parameters, we should be okay. But those that actually go more, that's gonna eat up our water rights that we have, our reduced water rights that we have for the year. So that means the city will need to go purchase additional water rights to make sure that we get over the hump. And the only way we can do that is to be able to ask those people that are using the water a lot more, high consumption, to pay into that in order for us to make the difference. But I think the majority of the people, when we did the calculation, should be able to stay within the range, right? So everybody should be okay. But if you use more than the average, and the average is the average, there's going to be a fee that goes along with that. So, but please explain, but please ask folks to come talk to our staff to be able to do that. Richie reminded us about the Veterans Day on the 11th of November. Please let veterans know that the school is going to do a little bit of a different thing. We're still going to do the parade, but instead of going into the parking lot, I think we're going to go into the football field. They're going to do the school because they gotten feedback that parents want to attend. There's not enough room in the parking lot to be able to have. So what they're going to do is down on the football field, the kids are going to perform, the veterans are going to have their seats, and then the parents will be able to sit in the regular stands and be able to watch their kids perform, sing, do all that. So it's going to be moved over to the football field. And there might be something else that they might do. We'll pass it on, but that's on the 11th. I'm going to back up, and I do want to remind that we're still on for the 8th of November for bulk. Okay. So please, for those that do not get their bulk pickup this week because they put too much out, okay, or they put something that they normally won't pick up, the 8th of November is when they can take it either to the high school or here in City Hall and throw it in the dumpster, okay? So that's going to be on the 8th on that Saturday, 11, right? It's a short window, but that's plenty of time. It's plenty of time for us to be able to 8 to 11. Yeah, so plenty of time. We get them full in 3 hours, so it's good. So if you notice next week, people still have bulk out there. Let them know, hey, put it back in your yard on the 8th. Get a truck, get a trailer, bring it over here. The only thing there are certain things we can't take: tires, drywall, torn down stuff, drywall and stuff. Yeah. So certain things that we can't take, but there's a lot of stuff in there. And trust me, we'll take all the toilets. I always see lots of toilets, right? For some reason, people toilets. We get lots of toilets whenever we do that. Do want to announce, and we will post it out tomorrow. TxDOT. So last time, TxDOT actually said, hey, we're going to redo 2790 between, right? Okay, so here's so redo. So last meeting, 2790 from Lido all the way to Lacoste. They're going to redo the whole road along with 5-foot shoulders on there. So that's gonna happen. The new one.
I'm sorry, is that way on 2790? Because it's not gonna be over on this side.
No, it's on the other side from here to Lacoste. Yeah. Okay. So the TxDOT other project that is really cool that they just approved, and it's going to be for fiscal year 27 using that money, but it's in the books. They already guaranteed that it's going to happen. Is the crossing at FM 2790 and Highway 132. You're going to turn into the library. You're going to go visit Cassandra. We will get lights. So, goosebumps.
Red light.
Traffic lights with the arms in that intersection.
Construction going to Lacoste, when's that gonna be?
That one will start next year. They're going to start in the summer. As soon as I guess school is available, that's when they're planning to start. The summer of 2026, they'll start working, and they're supposed to start here so they can work in front of the school while school is down, and then they're going to work themselves up in different phases. Okay, this one is going to be a little bit after that in the fall when they're going to start working. Maybe they'll do it in conjunction, but that's what they're telling us. But it's pretty much a done deal. They're already guaranteed. So I want to let everybody know. I'm going to post it out there and let people know so they kind of have an idea. Those are two major projects. And that was a promise that our council did. And I know some of us have been here for a while. And Richie, you remember Mr. Castro? Yeah, that was one of his big projects that he wanted to. And the council back then, when he was not doing really good, we promised him that we would make sure that got taken care of. So we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done, and it'll be great for our community. It'll be a lot safer in that intersection too. But it is going to be a little painful, I will tell you, while they're doing all that. But it's going to be worth it. Reminder on gas meters, they're still being replaced by WTG until August of 2026. So they're running around the city. Please let folks, if they get a letter, please call and get scheduled. Okay? Don't let it sit there. Get scheduled. They will schedule you based on when you want it, because they have to turn your system down, turn it back on. So take advantage right now. I would say probably schedule yourself for April, May, once it gets back into the cooler months. You're not worried too much about the gas. Lights in the park. Right around the corner. We're getting closer and closer getting those done. I will let you know that we are probably going to coordinate with the Little League, and we'll probably do some sort of little ceremony of turning them on. So if you know anybody that has been here for a long period of time, maybe the great grandpa or the grandpa, depending on their age, and they played, please get that information to Zach. We're going to try to find one of the oldest players in Lytle to actually turn the lights on the phone. On the phone. There you go. On the phone. It's an app. That's right. It's on an app. So please, if you know of anybody that's been here for a while, talk to Mr. Cortez. If he played out there, let's get a name. You can press a button. I'll do that one. Great outcome for our football team. Continue. We got a big game this week with Crystal City. So, but they did a great job. I want to commend the school and the alumni. Everybody did a really good job this past week on that. I'm sorry that it didn't work out with the parade, but we'll do some modification to make up for it for the next one. I think we'll be able to take care of that. Besides the bank competition, this Friday we got cross country. Cross country is going to be up in Round Rock competing for state. So this is the girls actually won in area won second, and the boys won first. So this is prime time now. So we're hoping to bring some medals back on this Friday. So I think it's going to be pretty cool to be able to do that. Okay. Anything else that we got? Any last minute stuff? Nothing. We have. I know we're not going to do a health. You all can help me out with it.
Ooh, baby.
It's a movie birthday, so 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Richie. Happy birthday to you.
There you go.
You gotta eat it, Rich.
What was this? What was your wish?
Hey, that's one.
Gotta
give me credit for saying it, man.
I felt the love right away. All right. With that in mind, let's see, it is 7:46 right now. Do I have a motion for us to adjourn?
I make a motion there.
Okay, got a motion. Do I have a second? Second? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.